Hello everyone, if you don't know me already, I'm Tara, the dance doctor. Welcome to my channel. Today I am starting a new series of videos which are my favorite training exercises for dancers. So these are exercises that are going to specifically benefit the skills and the muscles that we need to be really well-rounded dancers. So some of these exercises are meant to help us with our joints or flexibility. Some are meant to help us with balance. Some are meant to help us with just overall strength of the muscles that we need to be using when we are dancing. And today we are starting with the low body. So we're working on our hips, our knees, our ankles, our calves, our quads, our glutes, our hip flexors. I'm giving you my 5 favorite training exercises for dancers as it relates to the low body. I'm going to first explain how to perform each exercise with proper technique, because I think that is super important. If you are not performing the exercise with the correct technique, then you're not getting the full benefit of it. So I'm going to be going through each exercise, explaining what it's called, what we're working, how to do it properly, and then in the second half of this video, we will be going through each of those exercises in a flow format, so you are actually getting a nice lower body workout in. If you enjoy this type of content, look out for my new course that's coming out at the end of May, the Dancer Method. I'm super excited about it. It is a training course for dancers, but it is also a training course for non-dancers. Anybody who just really wants to feel good in their body, that is the purpose of this course. So it is good for strengthening and stretching, endurance, the nervous system, the emotional and mental aspects of dancing, really developing your own movement blueprint. There's going to be recipes and lymphatic drainage routines and a bunch of other stuff included in the course, because I really just wanted to have the motto of the course be live like a dancer. Don't just train like a dancer, but live like a dancer. Make your lifestyle into one that prioritizes always feeling good and do things that will reflect that desire to feel good. So I'm super excited about this course. It is coming out soon. As we end this series of YouTube tutorials, the course will be coming out. So as you go through these videos, if you're craving more, if you're like, God, I wish I could have a new one of these lessons to do every day, you're in luck, because that will be available to you very soon. That's all I have to talk about for now, and so let's get into the lesson. So the first exercise that we are going to be learning today is a clamshell. You can feel free to do this with a resistance band or without. The reason that I have chosen this exercise as the first exercise in this series is because it is going to help us strengthen the muscles that we need to externally rotate our legs from the hips. It's also going to help us with our flexibility. A lot of people think that they are tight in the hips when really they are just weak in the hips. And so this is an area that a lot of dancers struggle with. And the clamshell is one of my very favorite exercises to help us strengthen the outside of the hip and really to feel it. So you're gonna come down either onto your elbow, or you can come to lying down, or you can be here even if you wanted to. For me, I feel this most when I am on my elbow, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put my forearm down on the ground. I'm going to stack my feet and have my legs in a 90-degree bend here and put my ankles together. From here, I'm just gonna open, I'm gonna squeeze at the top, and then I'm going to bring the legs back together. So I'm going to open and squeeze, open, squeeze, and come back. Open, squeeze, and come back. And when you do a certain amount of reps with this, you will start to feel it. If you need a little bit more of a challenge, you can put a circular resistance band around your legs just right above the knee, and that will give you a little bit of extra resistance there. Okay, so we're just opening and closing. We're trying to stabilize the core. We're trying not to dip here, so make sure you're really pressing that shoulder blade down so you've got a nice stable carriage up here as you do this exercise. And at the end of this video, when we do all of our exercises together, we will be doing a pulse as well. Okay, so the pulse is just keeping the legs open, pulsing up, and then coming slightly back instead of coming all the way back. And that will give you a more intense and different sensation. Okay, so that is our first exercise, the clamshell, and we will be doing that on both sides. Okay, my next favorite exercise for dancers is a lunge. And so lunges have so many different variations, which is one of the things that I love about them. The other thing that I love about lunges is that they are a one-legged exercise. For me, doing things on one side and then on the other is really great for dancers because it helps us figure out where those little inequities in our body lie, which side is my stronger side, which side is my more flexible side. And it helps us then be able to balance out those inequities so that we are stronger and more balanced and more well-rounded as dancers. The one other thing that I really love about lunges and all of their variations is they are going to be working the hip joint, the knee joint, and the ankle joint, and working through ranges of motion in each one of those joints. And so aside from just trying to build muscle and build strength, we also need to be taking care of our joints, and moving through those ranges of motion in a slow and controlled way is a really wonderful way to make sure that we're like putting a little WD-40 on the joints every time we do that correctly, which is why I want to explain the form here. So the first iteration of the lunge that we are going to do is just a forward and back lunge, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to step forward, and we're stepping forward to a point where we are able to bring the back knee straight down. When we do that, we're also going to be angled forward in our body. So I do not want to do this and lean back, because then I'm in proper form and I'm putting a lot of stress on that knee. So I'm going to step forward wide, and I should be at a point where there's almost kind of like a diagonal straight line from my heel to the top of my head. Then from this position, I'm going to maintain that line in my torso. I'm going to allow my knee, my back knee, to come straight down, and then I'm going to bring my feet back together, okay? So there's different variations. We're going to work through different variations. That's variation number one. So again, I'm going to do it on the other leg now. I'm going to step forward to the point where there's a diagonal line between my head and my heel. I'm going to bring that back knee straight down to the floor, keeping that diagonal angle in my torso, and I'm going to slow and controlled step back, okay? That's variation number one. Now, if you feel good with that, we can step forward and then bring that same leg back. And again, now thinking about bringing that back knee down straight to the floor. So in this instance, first, this is my back knee, then this is my back knee. So I'm actively switching back and forth between those two. Okay, so when we go through our exercise routine at the end of this lesson, you can either choose to go here and come back, or you can bring that leg back and alternate, okay? So that is a variation on the same theme. The next variation that I want to do on the lunge is a split squat, which means we're going to get into that position that we were in where we have our diagonal line, and we are going to maintain that and move up and down through that whole range of motion. You do not have to straighten your knees all the way at the top. You can come to here so that you are activating that glute. But really, as you go through this, keep your ankles nice and soft. Listen to your knees. We're trying to keep our knees always in line with our feet, so we're not allowing the knees to come in or go out. We really want to keep them in line with the hip. as we do this, okay? And really feeling that full softening and deepening in the hip flexors as you do each rep. Then just like we did with the clamshells, we can also pulse that out so that we're getting a more intense sensation because we don't get any rest in that, okay? So those are gonna be the two variations that we'll do on the split squat. And then the last one that I really love because it's very intense for the front and the back of the leg, it's a good stretch and strengthening exercise, is to come down into a deep lunge here, then bring your torso up, and we're going to drop the knee and extend it without trying to not do what we did in the split squat and lift and lower the torso. So we come down here, we bring our torso up, and we are really just isolating that back leg and keeping this front leg nice and steady. When we're in this position, we want to make sure that our knee is not moving too far forward. It should be right in line with our ankle. And like I said, that's a great strengthening exercise. It's also a super stretch for the front of the leg as well. So those will be the variations that we'll be working with today with my favorite exercise, the lunge. The next exercise should be pretty self-explanatory. Heel lifts, or as we know it in dancing, releve. So this is a great exercise, obviously, for your balance, for the strength in your ankles, and just to make sure that you are giving your calf muscles some love individually, not just as a result of doing exercises that are really targeting other parts of the low body. So we are going to be practicing heel lifts both on 2 feet and on 1 foot. And as we do this, what you want to be thinking about when you do releve or when you do heel lifts is trying not to allow your torso to sway back and forth. So we are not trying to change our poise, in other words, where our torso is in, or where our spine is in relationship to our feet. We are really trying to just isolate and move slowly so that we're really challenging the low body, especially the calves and the ankles, but also we have to activate the hip flexors and the glutes in order to be able to control this. So what I don't want is for you to do this, to move forward, to move into your releve. I also obviously don't want you to move back into your releve. You want to really feel like you're moving straight up and down, really lifting those heels as high as you can. Straighten your legs all the way at the top and then drop down slowly. And then same thing when you are doing this exercise on 1 foot, which is more challenging, of course, for your balance, but trying to move as slow and controlled through that exercise as you can, okay? So when we do this at the end, we're going to be doing one leg and then the other and then both legs. That will be our sequence. Again, activating all of this so that we can keep a nice straight line in the torso. Okay, and our next exercise is going to be a sumo squat, or as we know it in dance terms, a second position grand plie, okay? So in a sumo squat, I am trying to get my heels lined up underneath my shoulders, which means my feet will technically be a little further than shoulder width apart because my toes are going to extend past my shoulders. The heels are right underneath the shoulders. I'm also going to be doing this with as much rotation as I comfortably can. I'm not forcing my external rotation, but I'm also not in parallel. So you're going to open your toes a little bit because this is going to activate those muscles that we were using in the beginning in the clamshells and give us a different type of work in the lower body, okay? So to go into our sumo squat, we are going to think that we are opening up the knees, that we're pushing back with the knees, actually trying to open the thighs and like bring the front of your thigh forward as far as you can. And you're gonna go down as far as you can in that position. And then you're gonna start to squeeze your glutes to come back up. And we wanna get those legs nice and straight at the top and feel like we're squeezing in with the adductor muscles here, so that we're really getting that inward work as well. So this is one of my favorite exercises because on the way down, I'm really working the outer edge of the leg, and then on the way up, I'm really working the inner part of the leg. So we go down slowly and intentionally, and we come up slowly and intentionally, and we squeeze in with the inner thigh at the top, okay? So that's just the basic version of the exercise. We're also going to incorporate a heel lift so that we can be challenging our balance as well. So we'll do the basic version. We can also do sumo squat, lift the heels, bring the heels down, and come up. Sumo squat, lift, lower, and come up. Okay, trying to lift those heels as high as you can, lower them with control, and then push into the heels to come up. We'll also be doing one more variation on this, which is going to be coming up onto the toes. This is the most difficult variation, and doing that sumo squat up on the toes. Okay, and we're trying to keep our weight over the inside edge of the foot, so over like that point where the ball of the foot meets the big toe as we do this, and that's how you will maintain your balance and control as you move through this. Always, when you're working on balance, don't be thrown off by the fact that your ankles and your toes are moving. We are humans. We have blood running through our brains, through our veins. We have oxygen moving. Our whole system is moving all the time. So being immobile is not the goal. The goal is to be able to control how much you're moving. So having that little bit of movement, it's just like the steering wheel in your car. Your steering wheel is not ever going to be totally still. You're going to be constantly moving and adjusting to make sure you stay in a straight line. And it is exactly the same way when we're thinking about our balance. So don't focus on the fact, oh gosh, my ankles are moving, they can't be moving. No, they can, but you're actively activating the parts of your body that are going to help to stabilize that movement so it doesn't get to a point where you are off balance, okay? So those are the variations that we will be doing of our sumo squats. Okay, and the last exercise that I absolutely love for training dancers is a single-legged deadlift. So again, anything that is a single-legged exercise, I am the #1 fan of that exercise because it is going to help us figure out where we need to work individually on each side. Also, this is a great exercise for balance, for moving slowly through different positions instead of just trying to balance in this vertical position. So it's challenging for that. It's also going to help us kind of strengthen these muscles in the back of the leg, which are very useful for so many different things. Okay, so our single-legged deadlift, we're going to get a slight bend in our knee. We're gonna really engage these low abdominal muscles because anytime we're doing any type of deadlift, we are trying to keep the line from the tailbone to the top of the head straight so that I'm not doing this to create the exercise. I'm really going back, tilting the hips up toward the ceiling so that I can use the glutes really to come back up. So this is no different. I'm going to release one leg, and I'm going to feel that relationship between the heel of the leg that's lifted and my head. And then I'm going to use that standing glute to lift me back up to standing. So I'm going to go down, slow and controlled, trying to maintain the line in my spine And then use that standing glute to come right back up, okay? And so I like to also keep my arms next to me. I feel like that helps me maintain that straight line, and use the glute to squeeze you back up. So moving down slow, moving up quickly, maintaining the line in the spine, not trying to throw your spine back to come up. You're really connecting the mind to the muscle to get that glute to be the point, that hinging point that brings you back up. So we will be doing that on both legs, and that will be our final exercise. Okay, so let's go ahead and start on the ground with our clamshells. If you are using a resistance band, you can go ahead and put that on now. Get set up, and we are going to do 10 reps and 10 pulses. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay up and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And let's go to the other side. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very nice. And let's go ahead, take our band off, and we'll come right up to our lunges. We're going to start with the forward and back lunge. You can either bring the feet together in the middle, or you can move your leg back. Let's start with our right leg, and we're going to do 10 reps. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And go ahead and switch sides. Left leg, we go. 1, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I didn't finish the last one, but I'll finish this one. Okay, moving right into our split squat. 10, and then 10 pulses. We go. 1, soften the ankles. 10. And now we pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead and switch legs. And we go. Eight, 9, and 10. And pulse it out. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go into that deep lunge. Knee down, and we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch the legs. Bring the knee down. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And go ahead and make your way up to standing. We're going to do our sumo squats. Make sure your feet, your heels are underneath your shoulders. Your toes are turned out a bit. You're nice and lifted and engaged in the core. And we go. 1, 2, squeeze it up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's go with the heel lift. We go 1, lift, come down, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And take a moment. We're going to go into the last variation on the sumo squat, which is heel lift. Maintaining the heel lift, or toe squats, we can call them. So lifting up into releve, and we go down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shaking means you're getting stronger. 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Shake it out. And we're going to go into our last exercise, those single-legged deadlifts, okay? So I'm gonna stand on my left leg first. I'm gonna get my spine nice and straight, and I go. 2, squeeze to come up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I should have said in the beginning, if you need to hang on to something as you do this, you put a table or a chair in front of you. That's totally fine. So we go. 1, one next to you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. You made it through. This is a quick, difficult, but also, I think, pretty fun series of exercises. It's nice to get the blood flowing to the legs, all parts of the legs, not just focusing on the quads or the glutes, but really working through the joints, working through all those little micro muscles and major muscles, major muscle groups in the legs. And just helping you do something for your dancing that's going to make you a little bit stronger, a little bit more flexible, a little bit more balanced. So you should feel really good about what you did today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the post notifications so you can get updates when I upload more stuff like this. Until next time, keep dancing.